Hello, I'm Jeff Byers. Welcome back, and we're going to continue the UV mapping of the Sci Fi Crate. This should be video 5. So, as you can see, I've UV mapped these pieces, and I did an automatic map, and it did a really good job. Automatic mapping on very simplistic objects work really well. So I'm going to leave them as is since they're very small, and it seemed to lay out UVs pretty well. So I just basically selected, holding down the shift key, select those three together, and you can also hold down the shift key and select other objects so you can pack those in there as well. So I'm going to continue doing that. I'm going to pack these in, go to UVs, and move those into the shell, and I'm going to scale these down. They're a little bit too big for the scale of the rest of the box. Again, I can make adjustments to this after the fact. So let's go ahead and move to the next object, and again we can go into show, isolate, select, view selected, and do these one at a time. Again, we know what we're doing, so let's go ahead here and let's move that out. Select the UVs, and just move these out anywhere. There we go. And we can scale them down a little bit later. Just move those up. Okay. And I'm going to go to show, isolate, select, and bring that back again. Alright, the next one, let's go ahead and automatic map that. Move that out of the way. Select this one. And do the same thing. Automatic map. Move out of the way. Okay, so let's take a look at these. And shift select these guys. Each one of them. There we go. And we just don't want them to overlap. So I'm going to right click over this, click on UVs, go to UV, select UV shell, and move those down away from that one. Again, we're going to get really close here. Almost looks like they're overlapping. So I am going to, let's see, trying to figure out why they overlap. Let me go in here and just select the top row here and see if we can't get those moved out of the way. There we go. That'll work better. And then let's select these guys here, and they're just overlapping a little bit for some reason. There we go. Okay, so we'll take these guys here, move them down, select all of them, and scale them. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and click on everything so far that we have. So I'm going to go ahead and marquee select the box here. And I notice that there's some things that have been selected accidentally. So, okay, that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and shift select that. Okay, that looks good. And then shift select this. So now I can go in here to UVs and move those around and scale them. Again, we're going to scale these to size something similar to what we had before. That looks about right. Move that up. Again, we're just kind of getting those in place. Now I'm at a point where I can take this latch, now that it's UV mapped, and go in here and duplicate that over. So we're going to do Control D, and in the front view we'll move that over. I'm going to go to wireframe. I just move that over, get that centered like that. And then the UVs will be the exact same UVs. Okay, so they're just sharing the same UVs. When you duplicate an object, they share the same UVs. So if this latch has a scratch over here, this latch over here is going to have the same scratch on the same size. They're going to look identical. So if you don't want that, then you'll have to separate the UVs. So when you duplicate, you'll have to select the UVs and move them out if you want them separated. So we want them the same. Saves texture space. So now we're going to go over to the latch here, or it's not the latch, but the handle. And so with this, we've got the same exact object on each side. So I think what I'm going to start with is this guy right here, and we are going to have to do something a little different with this guy. If we do an automatic map, which we could do, it looks something like that, and you can see that these edges here are not sewed, so we probably could go to edge mode. Let's click off of here. And let's deselect. And go to edge and see. And then move and sew. We can do that down here. Move and sew. Move and sew. So that would work. Let's see where the UVs are on this. Yep, okay, so what we'll do is we'll rotate this. There we go. Scale it down. This will be the handle. Whoa. Scale it down a little bit, like that. And then we're going to move it out. There we go. Whoops. Move that out, scale it down. There we go. Alright, then we're going to do this side over here. And we will do an automatic map on that one. Just really quick job of this stuff. And we'll do this one as well. Okay. Go to edge mode and move and sew. Hit the G key so I can do it over again. And the G key. There we go. So I'm going to click on UVs. Deselect this guy right here. Just select him. Okay. And then move him over here somewhere. Select these guys, move this over here. And then the only thing we have left is that middle button and the bar here. So middle button, do the same thing, UV, automatic. Right click over UV, go to edge. And just select these guys. And we're just moving and sewing UVs. Let's see, move and sew these guys. And move and sew these guys. There we go. Alright, and we're gonna I'm gonna pause this for a second. Sorry about that, we're back again. And so I'm gonna go ahead and move these up here. And then I think the last thing we got is this guy right here, so we'll select that one. And that actually looks pretty good, but I am going to do an automatic map on that one as well. Okay, so you can see how that kind of broke it apart. And you can see how it lined up the pieces. So let's take a look at this a little bit closer. Here we go. Okay. So what it did is okay. You know, I mean, it did the best it can. This is a kind of a weird shaped object, so you could use a new tool to help lay this out, but and actually this is workable. I'll show you what I mean. So the shell is broken up into two pieces, so let's go in here and select this little guy right here. Let's click off a minute and click back on. Sometimes the UVs get a little finicky. There we go. Let's try it again. There it is. So we'll do the shell. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this shell and kind of move it over here so we can kind of use it. And I am going to zoom in a little bit. And what we want to do is we kind of want to go along the edge here and select these edges and see if we can move and so. And see if it'll even let us do that. And it does, but you can see that it kind of distorts it, you know? So, what I would probably do, we can use a new tool, and I'll show you that. Let's go in here and let's go to object mode. Let me show you another tool that might work pretty good. It's under bonus tools, UV editing, and we want to go into automatic unwrap UV's tools. Okay, we're going to keep it at the default. We're going to enter and close, and we're going to double click on the center line. I'm going to go to the wireframe, and I'm going to double click on this guy right here. Alright, so that cuts a seam right along the center on the inside, which is about what we need to do. And I'm going to hit the 5 key so you can see. And how this works is we're going to go ahead and add borders, and then when you continue it lays out the UV. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. Okay, alright. So back in here we're going to go to Windows and UV Editor again, and we can see where the UVs are. There we go. So you can see that the UVs have been laid out, and they're decent. Okay, they're just kind of sideways. So what we can do is just kind of rotate them properly. There we go, to fit, and then maybe scale them down a little bit like that. Move them out of the way. All right, so all the pieces are finished. Let's click on Done. There we go, and turn that off. Alright, so okie dokie. Okay, so go into UVs. Don't worry about the checkerboard. We can turn that off later. Okay, so go in here, and we are good to go. Alright. And select. Here we go. I went to image and turn off display image, that way it doesn't bother us. Okay, so we are going to now select these pieces here as object mode. Let's get rid of these. Alright, so this, and this. There we go. And you can see all the pieces now. So when I right click and go to UVs, I can go in here and move these around so we can work with those. We're just placing these together. Alright. And scale these down. There we go. This is the last of it, and you should feel pretty good about this, because the next steps will be a lot easier than this. And let's get all these pieces together. So here's all the pieces. Now we kind of want to get these scaled kind of the same as everything else. So I'll get these a little bit smaller. Pack these in together a little bit better. Try not to waste too many UVs. Okay. And then maybe we can find a spot for this piece right here. Alright, so let's go ahead and mirror these guys over. Alright, and we're going to combine these. Okay, and let's just go ahead and mirror that over. File, duplicate, oh, excuse me, edit, duplicate special. And let's go ahead and duplicate. There we go. Alright, so that duplicated those over, so all the UVs are duplicated, everything's good. Good to go. So, let's go ahead and just marquee select everything. Okay. And it looks like we got something in there. I don't know what's in there. Not exactly sure. But we're missing something, it looks like. So let me go ahead and select all these pieces one by one, I guess. See if I'm missing anything. And that. Okay. Let's go ahead and combine those two guys, all that stuff, and we are going to edit and duplicate special. There we go. And we're going to do X, Y, and we'll do -1 here. And we'll put this to 1 here. And then we'll just go ahead and duplicate special, and that should bring that over here. Okay. Alright, so if we select this guy and just select these and these and that and the box, there we go. So now we just gotta pack the rest of the stuff in here. Alright, so let's move that in here. And select these guys. And see if we can't move them in here. That looks good. Alright. And let's pack these guys. Not sure where that's coming from. Scale that down. And move that down. Okay, and then we're going to take these guys, move them in here. And then I suppose we can go in here with all these and move those in here as well. And let's see if we can't pack this in there. Okay, get a little closer. So I'm just going to pack these in, and I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. Okay, I paused it to do the mundane packing of these little guys. Basically, I just packed in here, and as you can see how I packed those. Okay, so this is the entire object. The crate is now finished. So all we need to do is get certain pieces ready to ship over or export over to ZBrush, and we'll do that in the next video. I will have to trim this video down, so if you hear some changes, it's basically me cutting out various parts. Alright, we'll come back with getting our model set up for the ZBrush. So we can paint in ZBrush. And I'm also going to give you some tips and tricks on ZBrush, and I'll see you then.